Hey Alfred. So in today's update, you're going to be creating in two separate ways. I'm going to be sending you my progress through video form like I am now, and for Joaquin, I'm going to be sending you his files separately in screenshot form. The reason being that, we still having issues with Google Drive. I recently reinstalled Windows on my computer because I got a solid state drive, so trying to get everything to work again has been quite difficult because Google Drive really likes to make duplicates. But anyway, let's just get on with it. So let me hit play and show you what's going on here. And as you can see, there's quite a lot going on in this room, and quite a few pieces has been completed since the last time. As usual, the sorry, just a moment. Sorry, I still have a bit of a flu, so I have some cough. So I might mute the video at certain points, but it's just that. But anyway, so you already seen this, but here it is again. I have to adjust the animations and a few other things to make sure everything worked perfectly because some of these assets weren't completely aligned to the grid on Unity, and it was creating issues. So everything is working properly now. There's an actual hole in the wall that these guys go into now, so it feels much nicely integrated. And in the next order of things, we have, of course, this hologram here, which was present in the concept art. I decided to add a little more detail to it. As you can see, some of the faces are sort of filled, and I was trying to create the illusion that this is being rendered, or is sort of a representation of the completion state on the clones. So you also have the hologram machine, which goes below the floor, and since this floor is transparent, well, it's not transparent, but it has this little level here. You can observe that it also has details underneath. Next, I did this computer terminal. So the screen right now is just the generic screen material, but hopefully we'll have like actual some sort of interaction here. Sorry, one more time. Sorry about that. All right, so I quite like this piece, and trying to put a little more thought into the design, making sure things are nice and pretty, and also just more organized. And let's see, and you'll notice these cables here, and I have to say this is kind of the thing I'm most proud of, more than anything else. And the reason being is that, let me just pause this. And it's a fully modular cable system. The idea being is that you have these hard points, which are the point where a cable starts and ends, and they can be anywhere, but they all fit a grid that has increments of 1 meter or one unity unit. It's the same. So no matter what the shape here, it's always going to start and end at a point that is kind of fixed, which makes it really easy to take these pieces and combine them in any way we want. You have like this straight piece, and as you can see, even if the shape is sort of irregular, the start and end point is kind of the same. So you can actually very quickly take these pieces and then combine them to create different patterns. And of course, since they support tileable materials, you can apply different materials to them and get different effects. So I'm quite happy with this, and I think that they work out pretty well, and they're an easy way for us to be able to add this sort of irregular detail and still not, get crazy on it, trying to figure it out. So hopefully you like this. And let's see, I'm not sure if you saw these computers last time. I can't remember if I mentioned them. If not, well, here they are again. And you notice that we have these sort of different size walls. My idea here was to allow you to reshape and size and resize this room any way you want. So, if you want to make it larger, you want to add like another little room or whatever, you should have enough pieces to do that now. And we have this little room here, and here we have a few things. So first of all, we have these boxes that I made that I'll get onto in a moment. And I made this sort of large air conditioning vent here. It's just a decoration, but I wanted to have something to, make sure that not all the walls look the same all the time. And I also made, oh yeah, I don't think I showed this last time. I made these new wall tiles, and which I think came out really nice. I really like them, and they have this sort of air conditioning pieces. This is a new thing I'm trying to do. So I try to combine the sort of circular shapes in different, more interesting ways. It's more complex to do, but I think it's a design element that stands out, and it's really nice. So these are fully modular. Have like the corner piece on one end, you have this piece, then this piece, so you can mix and match and rotate them in any way you want to create different patterns. So those are pretty cool. And we also have these which were on the concept. They were like walls that are covered by this plastic wrap, and we have these in several other places of the game. I think they're sort of like a common theme that they have. So I don't know, I think they came up pretty well. The sculpting the wrinkles was really fun to do, and I quite like the material. I added this sort of like pattern on it that I think it really adds to the detail. Otherwise it will be just this flat surface. So yeah, I think that these are pretty cool. And let's see what else I wanted to get into. Oh yeah, so I added more flyers. I wanted to have like more pieces of papers and things like that. They were on the concept, and I didn't think that the ones I made before were enough. So what I did was take some of these posters that were made by the previous graphic artist and just sort of using them as textures for different flyers, which is cool because they have like ridiculous high quality for a tiny little flyer. And from the design standpoint, I think that these pieces are awesome. I really like the style this graphic designer had. I think these are quite spectacular, so I'm hoping not only to use them like this, but also as actual posters all over the game at some point. And the last thing, sorry, I'm gonna have to pause again. Oh man. All right, I'm back. So the last thing I wanted to cover were the boxes, which I think they came out pretty nicely. Now, I know that some of the previous artists that work on this project already made some boxes, maybe, but I wasn't sure, and I noticed that certain things that were from before weren't, the highest quality. Some were great, some weren't. So I was like, whatever, let's just make a couple of new boxes. I need them to fill spaces everywhere, so I probably need a lot more, and I quite enjoyed making this. So if we ever need more, let me know. But the idea is quite simple. All doors can, all of the doors in the lids on these boxes can be open, and they have an interior, which is simple. But I'm hoping that we'll be able to add different items and weapons in here, and of course, and you can just let me pause this. As usual with these things, the pivot point is right next to where the hinge will be, so you can just open and close this manually in the editor, which should allow us to get a more variation quickly. And of course, since there are two separate options, the lid and the box itself, that means that we can drag and drop different materials to them and quickly change the colors, as you can see here and here. So we can actually change the theme on them quite easily. It's just a matter of drag and drop. I already prepare materials with different colors for them. So, just drag and drop and you get different color schemes for them. I quite like this one in particular. I think this combination works pretty well. But yeah, that's it for the boxes. And well, I also added, several adjustments to the lighting on the scene and general mood, and I think that the end result came out really nicely. So yeah, I think that this is all I can come up with that that you didn't see from the last time. So I don't really want to make this video too long because you're also getting the separate update from Joaquin. So to close, let me just comment on what I've been working on now. As I mentioned, I'm working on the gym area now, and at the point of recording this video, I already finished all of the props that I feel I'm going to need for this level. I made a large variety of the different exercise machines that you'll get to see on the next update. And now I'm starting to work on the place itself. I'm starting with the walls now, and I already completed the door, which I quite like, and I'm going to start building all of the walls based on the materials that I designed for them. So yeah, I'm thinking that by the next update I should have most of the layout for the room finished, and with the props I made, everything is going to start feeling really complete actually. So that will be interesting because for the first time, instead of seeing a room slowly being put together, you'll just see it kind of in an advanced stage from one go. So that will be nice. But yeah, I think that's it for now. And as usual, let us know what are your thoughts on everything. If you like them, if you need any changes or any additional pieces, whatever it is, let us know. And have a great weekend, man. Goodbye.